believe it was sometime in late March or early April when I planned on doing a new I, Megan episode where I reviewed Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. But now that I'm back here after a month, I'd like to talk to you guys about how I process grief, which was the main reason for my absence aside from trying to focus on finishing the semester. It's been over a month since we found out that our friend, Rebecca K. Lunetta, one of the funniest and most chill people to ever grace the internet, highly talented, highly creative, known for her voice acting, especially in the object show community, passed away unexpectedly. My friend Simon, Baby Lamb Creations, was the first to break the news. I, however, was the first, or at least one of the first, I'm not entirely sure, to hear about it. The morning of April 11th, I woke up to a message saying, "Hi, are you a friend of Rebecca's? This is her mom. Rebecca passed away on March 24th. I was shocked, but at the same time suspicious that it could have been someone impersonating Rebecca's mom. I reached out to everyone in the swamp, Simon's Discord server. We all wanted to believe it was some cruel, very late April Fool's joke. Initially, we tried gathering a bunch of evidence based on Rebecca's most recent social media activity and what she had been posting. At the beginning of April, she was supposed to move into a group home that wouldn't have had Wi-Fi unless she set up Wi-Fi of her own. If I remember correctly, we found some activity as recent as the day she died. Maybe a couple days before, I can't keep track of that. We didn't want to believe that this evidence meant anything. In retrospect, I think we knew she was gone, but we were in utter denial. Eventually, Simon reached out and spoke for about 45 minutes with the person who had messaged me. It was, in fact, Rebecca's mom. The rest is history. As far as I've heard, the Cat of Objects shows was so devastated that he ended up canceling Objects at Gaming because Rebecca's roles were irreplaceable. He wasn't going to recast them, nor could he continue the show without her, really. In fact, Officer Patricia, one of her roles in Baby Lamb and Friends, was killed off. However, Marissa the Gem Fox is now voicing a new character, Officer Sarah, Patricia's sister, named after Rebecca's mom. Truthfully, I didn't see a lot of the object shows that Rebecca voice acted in, but I really did enjoy all the voice acting I heard from her nonetheless. I believe I've known her since around late 2019 or early 2020. Simon was really close with her too. I still can't imagine how much pain her mom is in, losing a child. No parent should have to go through that. There came a moment when I wanted to just scream. I'm surprised I showed up to class that afternoon because when I got the confirmation itself and let my professor know, he let me out early. I emailed my other professor about this, letting her know I wasn't going to come to her class tomorrow either. Later that night, I was like, "Get a grip on yourself, Meg. Your friend's still alive. You're just having a bad dream." The night I found out Rebecca died, I lost a lot of sleep. It was like 3 a.m. when I woke up. It took me about an hour to fall back asleep. Most of the time when someone dies, I cannot sleep. Even if it's a celebrity like Angry Grandpa, that one kept me up all night. Even if it's a TV character like this recurring character on Scrubs. But an online friend? I have never, ever had that happen. Just a few days later, it felt to me like I had been experiencing grief a lot longer. The hardest parts of grief feel like they go on for an eternity. But Rebecca wouldn't want us to be sad forever, now would she? She'll always be with us in spirit, and being cremated means she'll always be by her mom's side. The thing is, you don't want to get swept away by grief. While I initially felt unprepared for the most recent few episodes of Baby Lemon Friends, I did end up watching them, and I'm glad I did. And I thank Simon for holding my hand. I think it took a lot of weight off all our shoulders. The good thing is anything Kirby, like the shirt I was wearing in my last video, allows us to remember her. She loved Kirby. I saw him in a claw machine at the ice cream shop, and I made it my mission to win him. Kirby loves you too, Rebecca. And so do we. A couple weeks back, my grandfather also passed away. I guess the difference this time around is my family saw it coming. I saw it coming. At the same time, it was a relief because he had been suffering from dementia in the last year of his life. It was hard on my dad and his brother. I can imagine on his sister too, seeing their father so out of touch with reality. Other than that, to live 88 years isn't too shabby. So it didn't hit me quite as hard. For me, it helps to know that he's with God and not suffering anymore. No, I didn't come to his funeral. I needed to persevere with getting all my work done for the semester. But the thing is, it put a damper on my performance. It all compounds on top of February when one of our cats passed away. This outdoor cat had been coming to my parents' backyard since 2017 or 2018. We didn't keep her inside or anything apart from the occasional stay in the garage during bad weather, particularly the cold. She was so sweet and we loved her so much. It was around early February or late January when the vet found an inoperable tumor behind her eye. My mom would then spend as much time as possible taking care of her and making her feel happy. I think she was happy to be inside with my parents. The cat neurologist referred my parents to an oncologist in the hopes that radiation could allow her to live for another year or two, only for the tumor to prove very aggressive a few days later when she fell asleep in my mom's lap and never woke up, which angered me. I think she was about 15, meaning she came into our lives at 8. Cats don't live forever. About a week before she died, I came to my parents' house one day to see her. The weekend following her cremation, I decided to come back and pay a little tribute to her with my mom, all while spending some time with our other cats who are still with us. That's the thing, you gotta spend as much time with your loved ones as you possibly can, whether it be friends, family, or pets. Let them know you love them. You never know when they're gonna be gone. I think the stuff I've been going through might have seriously damaged me, broken me. 3 deaths in as many months. I have not been the same, especially after Rebecca's passing, as my grandfather was 88, Rebecca was just 24. The wound from her passing is still pretty damn fresh. I mean, I may appear to be doing better than before, but I don't know how much that's saying. Like, let me ask you something. Is everyone just gonna fucking die around me? One thing that really bothers me is my inability to cry during the grieving process. Like, I get that feeling in my face and throat as if I'm about to cry, but at most, the tears only make it to my eyes. They never fall down. The day I finally managed to break down and let it all out still hasn't come. And I don't know when or if it will. It's like a maze that's hard to navigate, trapping me in the process. Toward the end of the semester, I talked to one of the school counselors a couple times about grief, and she said it's normal to not be able to cry during the grieving process. That grief can actually prevent you from crying. The easiest thing I can do is allow grief to hold my hand the way God does. They say love cannot exist without grief either. With that being said, I continue to thank my family and friends, both in real life and online, for all the love and support you guys are giving me. I love you all so much.